Good morning, family. Good morning. Proverbs 5. Proverbs 5. I read a little bit on a short, but let's read the whole thing over here. Amen. Avoid immoral women. You know, family, I was reading this, and Solomon was talking to his sons at the time, right? And Solomon himself had well over 500 wives and concubines, right? Well over. And so I can't help but to take the liberty and say this was him warning against that lifestyle. And also, what came to my spirit is this is not just immoral women, it's immoral men as well. Amen. Because men can do the same thing to loving women, good women, right? Just like a good man can be tricked by an immoral woman, a good woman can be tricked by an immoral man. So, as we read this, keep that in mind. Amen. So, it says, "My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Listen carefully to my wise counsel. Then you will show discernment, and your lips will express what you've learned. For the lips of a immoral woman are as sweet as honey." That's just like a man too, family. Amen. But let's keep reading. "The lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey. Her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end, she's bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. For she cares nothing about the path to life. She staggers down a crooked trail and doesn't realize it." Here's another thing to remember, family. Solomon is talking about an immoral woman. You know, immoral women, they'll do just about anything. They'll sleep with your husband. They'll sleep outside their marriages. Yeah. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Immoral. No morals. Do anything, right? Anything. For money. For gain. Yeah. So, it says her feet go down to death, her steps lead straight to the grave. For she cares nothing about life. She staggers down a crooked trail, doesn't realize it. He says, "So now, my sons, listen to me. Never stray from what I'm about to say. Stay away from her. Don't even go near her door. If you do, you will lose your honor, and you will lose to people all you have achieved. Merciless people. Strangers will consume your wealth. Someone else will enjoy the fruit of your labor. In the end, you will groan in anguish." Yes, you will. "When disease consumes your body." Now, I can take that a couple ways. Solomon says, when disease consumes your body, right? Immoral women, they sleep around, right? No telling what you might catch. Same with immoral men. They sleep around. No telling what you might be putting on your body. But I also see that word as dis-ease within your body. Anxiety, worry, yeah, heavy conscience, guilt. Yeah. So he says, in the end, you will groan in anguish when disease consumes your body. You will say, "How I hated discipline." In other words, you will reflect how I hated the discipline I was given. If only I had not ignored the warnings. Oh, why did not listen to my teachers? Why did not pay attention to instruct us. I've come to the brink of ruin, and now I must face public disgrace. Yeah, that's why I said if you think about Proverbs 5, this can be an immoral woman or an immoral man. Amen. I think Solomon was writing to his sons at the time, but we can glean from this today, family. Amen. 15 says, drink water from your own well. Share your love with your wife. Why spill the water of your springs in the streets, having sex with just anyone? You should reserve it for yourselves. Never share it with strangers. That's beautiful. So Solomon is saying, you have a wife, you have a husband. Don't ever share yourself with someone else, right? Or ain't no telling what you might get, right? And the other thing about that is, as children of God, you're committing adultery towards Yeshua. We got to first think about that. Amen. Towards Yeshua. That's your first allegiance. Amen. So it says, let your wife be a fountain of blessing for you. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. She's a loving deer, a graceful doe. Let her breast satisfy you always. May you always be captivated by her love or your husband's love. Amen. Why be captivated, my son or daughter, by an immoral woman or man? Or, my son, fondle the breasts of a promiscuous woman. That just sounds nasty, huh? Yeah. Someone who shares her body with the world? Yeah, that doesn't sound nice or romantic. Someone who shares such an intimate thing? Someone who even shows their body to the world, right? As children of God, family, we are the bride of Christ. So the Lord ain't trying to see us share ourselves with the world. Amen. No time. We're the bride of Christ before we even our husband's bride. Okay? Or before your wife is your bride. You are devoted to the Lord. Period. Amen. 21 says, for the Lord sees clearly what a man does, examining every path he takes. An evil man is held captive by his own sins. They are ropes that catch and hold him. He will die for lack of self-control. He will be lost because of his great foolishness. Yeah, that goes for both woman and man, family. Some women will die in their sins from lack of self-control. Amen. And it's sad. It's really sad, family. Much love. Reading Proverbs 6 tomorrow. See y'all later.